Blessings, Catherine Mesa here, recording from Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I'm beginning and planting the seeds of the body awareness videos. Now, I've been talking about this for some time already, and I'm glad that we're having a chance to putting into action. Now, the body awareness is basically bringing up of how much of our body symptom is also a microphone for our unconscious realm. It is our spirit wanting to relate to us, our soul that's wanting to send us a message of what's there. It's, all the emotional memory that's still lingering in those parts of the body. And so when we are looking at that, I want for us to keep in mind that what are the symptoms that you've also been really attached to after some time. And what I mean attached is that it became normal. It was no longer an issue. And so because it was part of you, like, oh, I had this since I was 20, I had this since I was 10 or 15 or even 7 years old. And so wanting to keep in mind that all these symptoms that has been coming up has been something that may have been lingering. And so we just got used to it after some time. So the first body area that we're going to be looking at and symptom is sinus issues, lung issues, breathing issues, unable to take deep breaths and breathe fully through the nostrils. And when we are looking at that, we are looking at a message of grief, of loss, of melancholy, of that feeling of sadness. Now, when we are seeing that, we are looking at how the lungs are surrounded by our heart, and knowing that our heart is right there in the center of our lung. It's right there in between. Now, granted, I'm pointing here about our heart because we do have our heart chakras, and this is where it is aligning to our center. And yes, I know our heart is right here towards our right of our body, our left of our body. But then also keep it in mind of how the lungs or how it's placed into our body and how it's right there in between our energetic center point, meaning that meridian line that is passing through from the heart is also hitting that center. And so when we are looking at that, we want to look at what are the past emotional traumas that we may have experienced that have yet to be fully processed. What are the things that are lingering there that is stopping us to fully love? And perhaps, when was the last time we were fully compassionate with ourselves and loving to ourselves and being capable of loving another? Now, this is a few questions that can come up. And then also when we look at to the sinus issue, yes, we're breathing in from our nostrils, coming into our lungs. How much of that is affecting and also blocking our third eye, our intuition, and being able to see forward of what is there. So if you ever notice that it's a bit difficult to look forward into life, and it may feel scary, it may feel too much of sadness that comes up through like, oh, I can't go that far, I can't see that far, there's nothing that I can even imagine of that existing. We're looking at the third eye and seeing how much our third eye is blocked. And so when we look at remedies, we're looking at facial steams, we're looking at neti pots, allowing for that area to flesh out through a neti pot, allowing for this facial steam to bring in some steam into our lungs and to move anything that's stagnant or stuck or dry. And so if you're interested in learning more on this, please feel free to message me. If you have any additional questions in regards to the lung, you can also comment below, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. In the meantime, I do offer one-on-one online services where we will be able to dive in very specifically, especially very certain symptoms. For each and every person is unique and has their own message inside of them that wants to be related and heard. All right, many blessings, and connect with you soon.